Do side by side. Um, well, welcome everybody. We have a special meeting tonight, and before I introduce our guest tonight, as leaders, all we can say is, we can't make anybody do anything. Um, but we can highlight that what we've done that's worked. Like it's you guys see the evidence, right? It works. What we do, it works. And of course, we want to share that with you in every way possible and give that to you. And again, so it's up to you at the end of the day to how you want to do it. Of course, we always welcome anybody and like social media experts and that want to like blow this out of the water without any comments from Tina or Kelly at all. Hey, you are absolutely welcome to do that. Please do it. Like yesterday, please. But until then, like we're going to only show you stuff that we do that works, and the only best way I can explain that and a metaphor is back in the day when I did construction, I did drywall mudding and taping. Does everybody know what that is? You know what it is? The mud and tape, anything. It's like that plaster. You put the tape on, you put the mud, then you put the tape, and you put more mud on it, and like almost everybody could do that. Like I could show anybody how to do that. Like just you could watch me do it in a video, right? But in reality, and two surgeries later on both my hands,
Mhm.
it is a art. There is a there's this very specific way that you hold those trowels, and there's a very specific amount of pressure that you put on the joint as you're applying it. And I got so good at it that you didn't even barely have to sand it because I hated sanding so much to drywall. It's like the worst thing, punishment in the world I could think for anybody, right? And I hated doing it so much that I got good at doing it. So like this little technique, and it's the difference between going like this, holding the trowel like you see now, and that makes all the difference in the world from making something look like go from totally looking horrible to looking like you're a master at it. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to show you how to do, just that little tweak. Because I truly believe everybody on here is like a Lamborghini and Ferrari, and all you need is just a little fine tuning. You already are like there. You just need a little like that. That's it. That's all it takes. And so, and that's why and the reason why I brought that on because Patrick Shaw, who we've been working with, how long? We've been working together for like 10 years now. It seems like a decade ago that we've been working together. But again, here's the thing, guys. The reason why we're bringing on Patrick and that we have Rapid Funnel because we use it. That's what we use like every day. Tina and I use what we're talking about with what we're sharing you right now. And Patrick had a big part with this. He's been doing this for a very long time. And we're super excited because he's going to explain tonight like the whole new side of Rapid Funnel and what it has to offer and like what's going to happen even tonight. So I'm very excited about it. I know that people that, if you're in that group that like are struggling, like, hey, I don't know how to find people, I've gone to a couple events or I'm just getting going. And like you definitely made the right choice to be here tonight because you're going to be wowed on what you're going to hear. And here's the thing, I'm not going to say what Patrick's going to introduce is going to be the only thing that you have to do, but man, it's going to make a big difference. Because when you see your team growing organically and you're like being able to get people and you're able to teach and duplicate this, it's, the pace is going to go from this, like this, to like skyrocket. It'll go right up because of just doing this. You're just doing a little tweak, and that's all we're talking about. But that little thing can make the biggest difference of having mastery and having a growing team and a thriving business. So, with no further ado, Patrick, I'm super excited that you're here tonight. We're going to pass this over to you. Thanks for coming on and talking to the team. I'm going to turn it over to you right now. It's all yours.
Kelly, Kelly, I am so excited to be with you, and I love the analogy, honestly, that you just gave, because I've been a long-term investor. I'm kind of out of that business now, but owned a lot of properties, and when an artist would come in that would do a flat finish, the difference between the person that was really good And not only was the finish better, but one guy could do what four people could do. Because it was amazing art form. In this business, we talk about simplicity, and it is simple, but there is a skill to it. And in order to hone that skill, we have to have enough conversations. And that's probably the most important thing we're going to talk about tonight, but it's not probably what you're going to hear. What I'm going to tell you about, you're going to be jacked out of your mind, but I'll reiterate this at the end. It's the skill that you will develop in this process and the skill you will be able to teach that is going to be more important than anything. But shout out to you guys as just leaders and professionals in this industry that are committed to your teams. Tina, that's and Kelly, that's just one thing, that getting to know you guys, how committed you are to the craft of networking and teaching and building and mindset. So just shout out to you guys, and we'll jump right in because we got a lot of ground to cover.
Thanks, Patrick. We're going to let you take it over. We're going to go on mute. It's all yours.
Okay. Well, I may give you a shout out here and there and have you guys comment, which I think you're going to probably want to when we hit on different things. But here we go. Can you give me? Oh, no, I think I have screen share. Just a heads up, we'll have some clunky transitions here because I am on a laptop and traveling this week, but we'll make do. Listen, I want to set the stage. Before I tell you about the leads, we are going to start dropping in every single person's app, right? Every single month. I want to talk about networking and the importance of having enough qualified people to talk to. The best person you will ever talk to is warm market. It's being able to tap into a brand new person's warm market and then grab 2 or 3 people on that team and tap into their warm market. But it's a skill set. And is it easier or harder? Is it harder to call cold market or warm market? Well, cold market's harder, right? But the weird part is, if I told you I was going to give you 5 people that raised their hand and said, I am open-minded to a business opportunity, and I gave you those names, phone numbers, and emails, and we dropped them directly into your APL Go app, and we gave you the transcript of the pre-written message of exactly what to say, how many of you would pass on that? You'd be like, nah, I don't think I'll call them. You'd call every single one of them. And we're not going to do it with just 5. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me talk about this just a little bit. You guys can see my screen share. The biggest problem in networking today is people aren't talking to enough people. It's just a fundamental. It really is a numbers game at the end of the day. If you don't tell the APL Go story, nobody's going to hear about it. It sounds almost stupid to say that, but the average person is talking to 2 or 3 people a month. I mean, the average. I'm not saying all the people on this phone, but I'm saying the average person. And that isn't going to build a really dynamic, powerful organization. Okay, so not building habits around prospecting is also a problem. The average person wakes up in the morning and they're like, they feel like they got to start over every day. They don't know who to talk to. They're not very good at what to say. Tonight, I promise you will see we are going to solve that. And you cannot manage what you can't measure on your team. If you don't know what your team is doing, it's very hard. You know, they say you have to inspect what you expect. You have to measure what you want to manage. Okay. So, and lastly, here on this slide is most people don't really understand what it takes to achieve their goal. I know when I started 8 years ago, right, I didn't know what it took. You know, I told my sponsor I was committed to 20 hours a week, every week. And I complained once and he goes, hey, no worries, fax me your tracking sheet. And there were 10 names on the piece of paper, right, Tina, way back in the day. There were 10 names on the piece of paper, and I had to put a name, phone number, and an email. And this is back when email was barely alive, right? It was just starting. But I had to put 10 names on this piece of paper, and he said, fax me your tracking sheet. And I looked at that sheet, and I'm thinking, okay, I know we've agreed with my sponsor, John, it takes 5 minutes to make a proper exposure. Much less today, but 5 minutes back then. And 10 names is 50 minutes. 5 minutes a name, 10 names. That's what I had on the sheet for the week, 50 minutes. And I told him I was committed to 20 hours a week. And I knew if I sent him this sheet, he was going to ask me what I did with the other 19 hours in 10 minutes. Right? So I never faxed it, but I did figure out pretty quickly that if I would just talk to enough people, the numbers would work out for themselves. I got out of the convincing business. I quit tying a dollar sign to every person's head thinking I had to recruit that person, right? And that's what happens when you have enough people to talk to, guys. When you have enough people to talk to, good, bad, indifferent, when you just start moving through the numbers with enthusiasm, with positivity, with certainty, with high expectations, right? But that doesn't mean you hold on to it emotionally. You're just moving through the numbers. You know it's going to work out. So sorting and not convincing, discovering your ratio will set you free. But a lot of you have got to get a ratio, and you need to have enough conversations to start improving the skill set. When I started, if I talked to 20 people, basically I could a conversation, I knew I could get about 1 out of 25 to join my business. Within about 3 years, that number had moved to about 2 out of 10. And I got to a place where it got better than that, and I needed to back off because I got too good at selling certain people, and I needed to walk from them. But 2 out of 10, and all of a sudden, I no longer cared if I went 8, 10, 12, 15 people in a row, because I knew that means 3 people were going to get started in just a minute. So what are we talking about? I'm going to jump right to the app. I wanted to set the stage for just a minute here. This is such an important concept, but you guys may not be aware. Don't admit you're not aware, because it means you haven't logged into the app today. Okay. But if I pull up the app, work with me here. Oh, sorry. I got to reset the screen share. All right. Where are we? Oh, I moved it. Okay. So can you guys see the app being shared? Whoops. Can you see your app being shared? Okay, we're good there? Awesome. Okay. First things first. Do you guys see this box up here? This box means you have leads. If you are currently on the pro version, you now have 25 opportunity business seekers that have been loaded into your app, and you will get 25 every single month as a pro user. Now, to qualify, some of you will say, well, what's a lead? What did they say? These are leads from one of the biggest lead providers in network marketing for the last 30 years. The leads are 7 to 21 days old. They are people that came across something on the web that they gave their name, phone number, and email because they said they were interested in a business opportunity. That is the extent of what you need to know. Are these leads people sitting around waiting for you to call because they're dying to join a business? No. Okay, I can't be any clearer about this. All leads of any nature like this, it's not about the lead itself. Do these leads work? Yes. I talked to a guy the other day. He's tracking every single call. 40% of the people are picking up the phone. That's crazy. Now, I'm going to show you not just how you have the lead, but I'm going to show you how to make the exposure. So we have the pre-written flows built in. So I'm going to click on the lead right now. I'll show you. I'm just going to click on this panel right here. This says I have 25 leads. I have exposed 1, and you can see the tracker here. It tells me how many of those I've exposed. If I click on lead, you can see that I've shared the information with 1 person, exposed. The next person is Grace Vega. This is a lead, somebody that filled out a form in 7 to 21 days. I am going to click that lead, and a script is going to show up. Invite message to connect. This is paint by numbers. It will never get easier than this, right? The only way it gets easier than this is if you create a bunch of systems that you can hide behind and you never have to talk to anybody. And if that works, you're not a networker. You're a digital marketer. The power of networking is leverage. It's getting a ton of people to do a little bit consistently every day. That's it. And that's how you create the freedom. I know how hard Tina and Kelly work, but I also know they've been on vacation for a month and they didn't worry if their bills were going to get paid. I have built in this industry for 27 years. I have been in a business I haven't touched in a decade, and I still have a multiple six-figure income from a business that I've been MIA on completely, right? Because I started building Rapid Funnel and working with leaders and all that. But you see what I'm saying? Like in a good company like you guys are in, with incredible leadership and a system, you can create freedom. So anyway, I'm going to back up. I click on Grace. I click on this information. I can see what the pre-written text is. Hey, Grace. Hi, Grace. We haven't met before. My name is Kevin Ludy, right? Patrick Shaw. That's what I'm on a demo app called Joe Pro. Not a good name probably to use for prospecting, but I'm just saying, I'm going to send it anyway. And if they respond, I'll send it to Kelly and Tina. Okay. But we haven't met before. My name is Joe Pro. And yes, I'm a real person on my real phone. I understand you were recently online and requested some information about opportunities in the home-based business space. Truth. We provide high-quality wellness and beauty products together with a proven system and community support to help you grow. Now, if we want to adjust that slightly, Tina, Kelly, you just tell us, but right, to help you grow. No pressure either way. Just let me know if you're still open-minded, and I'll be happy to send you more details. Now, you see down at the bottom, I can copy it. I can send it via SMS or email. I would just suggest go send it via SMS. Okay, that's going to work for almost everybody. You've got the number. I click SMS and I hit send. And I just sent Grace that message. Unfortunately, it's from Joe Pro, but you get the idea. Now, my encouragement to you, you could literally send 25 messages in a few minutes. You have the whole month. Set a goal to say, look, I'm going to send like 5 a week, right? Get into activity mode. Some people are going to respond. I can not only text this person, but I could back up now. And if I back up and go to contacts, I'm going to back out of my leads and I'm going to go to contacts. I have 52 contacts. If I click on contacts and I go to Grace, I can go to send resources. And guys, 90% of this, I'm telling you, it's you getting comfortable in the app. It's doing the reps. Aristotle said excellence is not an act, but a habit. Therefore, we are what we repeatedly do. Right? We're not what we do one day where we had a great activity day. It's about consistency. And so, right, get in the habit of doing these reps. So I go to Grace. By the way, I would rank Grace a 1-star prospect. I've never talked to her. She hasn't responded. And this gives me a method through the search feature to see who I might want to be talking to at any given time. But I go to Grace and I'm going to click on send resources right here. You guys see that? I'm going to go to send resources. This is your cold lead flow that we are using. That's where that pre-written text message was. If I go to cold leads, I can click on cold leads, invite. There's the message I sent Grace. Now I'm going to email it to her. And you say, well, why would you email the same message? I will go over here and I will just take this message. Okay. And I'm going to put something up here. Grace, comma, I just sent this message to you over via text, period. I just wanted you to know that I am a real person. And if you're open-minded, let me know. Would love to connect. And I'm going to send that to Grace. Now, I've reached out via text. I've reached out via email. And if I'm so inclined, you can call Grace and leave her a message. People want to talk to people. But how many of us have gotten a telemarketing call in the last week from some AI bot? Right, guys, I'm telling you, you'll be amazed. People don't mind talking to people. Now's probably the greatest time in history. I mean, people are like, it's the greatest time in history to have real, authentic, meaningful conversations. Now, Grace is either interested or she's not. But there are 25 of these leads every single month dropped into your app. If you do not call them, they disappear. Very soon, we're adding features all the time. We're rotating the leads every single day because we want them to be as fresh as possible. So if you don't call your 5 that are in your bank, we're going to replace those daily. If you get to the end of the month and you don't call the 25, they are gone. What I want you guys to think about is having 5 or 10 people on your team. Can you get the team to do something this simple? Well, 10 people doing that is 250 exposures a month. You guys with me? Look, we're going to see the numbers skyrocket. And here's the best thing that's happened. We tested this on 6 accounts. There were some things we wanted to do before we rolled it out to the others. It took about 13 clicks before to make an exposure. Now it takes like 2 or 3. Like you click the name, you hit the text, boom. So we had a couple things to learn. But in every one of those 6 accounts, every single one of them, the exposures went up. And the coolest part was warm market activity increased. People started getting into the habit. And they're like, wow, if I can do this in cold market. And here's the crazy part. When somebody raises their hand and you have to have a conversation and you're uncomfortable with that, amen. That is the ticket. Because if you can talk to warm market, you're going to cold market. You can crush it in the warm market. Cold market's harder. You got to call this person and you got to figure out how to break the ice. And, I got to call Kelly and go, Kelly, hey, man, hey, I'm glad we were able to connect. I hope you didn't, I send out that message sometimes that people are trying to figure out if it's like AI or something. But I'm glad you at least, gave me an opportunity to have a conversation, and I'm a real person. So how are you today? Where do you live, Kelly? How long you been there? Like, to break the ice and have a conversation and transition into their life, their goals, their dreams, why they were even open-minded and what led them to click a link from a stranger. Like, have that conversation. You know how much better you're going to get at the warm market? It's crazy. Now, again, I can go through, I won't send any more Joe Pro messages, but you guys get the idea. I mean, right? Here's Sherry. Boom, boom, SMS, send. That's it. And you can go through it so fast. Okay, let me stop for a minute.
I had to itch my ear.
Lots of other stuff to talk about here, but this is the pro version. There is remember, if you guys log in and you're not on pro, there's a 21-day free trial. We've had so many people that are so eager to get to the leads. They said, I don't want to wait 21 days to get a lead. You're on the pro version, but they don't want to wait 21 days. So at the end of this month, you will be able to bypass the 21 days if you choose to. The other option is save 2 months on the annual subscription and pay for annual, and you will get leads right away. Those are for people not currently on pro. Everybody on pro, you should see this right now. If you do not see it, it means one thing probably. Click the more button and make sure you're on version 11.5.4. If you are not, you may not see it. Okay, you have to be on 11. And if you're on 11.5.43, you still need to upgrade because we made improvements to that lead flow. That's the thing we made the change to. So it makes it so easy to make an exposure. So Tina Kelly, let me stop there for a second. We got other things to talk about, but I want to stop and just see if there's any questions. Are you guys excited? Do you understand the process? Are you nervous about it?
Yeah.
I'm super excited. Yeah. Well, I just want to say this because, again, just like I said in the very beginning, We don't come on and introduce you or anything else that we do just for fun because we like to see people do busy work. We only do this because we know it works. We verified, we literally do what we say we do, and you're proof of that. But so my invitation is for anybody that doesn't have Rapid Funnel, don't do the free version. You should get the full. It's like $20 a month, or it's less than $20 a month. And again, I'm only telling you because that's what we have done. If we didn't do that and we did it all in the free version, then we would be saying get the free version and don't worry about the pro version. The same, because why wouldn't we tell you exactly what we did to be successful? It benefits us to do that. So I'm just saying, listen, there's not a business on the planet that you're not paying something for, and that's usually in the thousands, not $20. I don't even know you could do another business and have the availability and opportunity to do this well, or have unlimited, income and friends and everything else, for so little. So I'm just telling people because I know if you're on the fence going, well, I don't know, that's a one more bill. Listen, this bill is going to make you money, right? Get rid of a bill that's not making you money, right? Going to the movies, not making you money. Watching TV, paying for cable, not making you money. You need money, sell your TV, and now you got time and money. So, listen, right now, this is the most important thing. Like Patrick was saying, this time of year, people want to open up, reach out. They want to talk face to face to people. They like real conversations, and this opens it up for that, especially in a cold market. I can't think of another platform that would do this. That wouldn't charge us like tens of thousands of dollars, and I'm not kidding when I say that, because if you guys want to just ask, because all the time we're looking at all kinds of things to make this better, faster, stronger, for everyone. And I'm telling you,
I mean, Patrick could have easily called us and said, listen, we have a new leads program. Can we bump up the price to $30 a month and add this to your guys' account? We would have said, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
but he did not say that. He said, guess what we're doing for you guys at what you already pay, which is mind-blowing. How many of you have ever been on the phone with a prospect and then they say, well, are you going to give me leads or do I got to go find them myself? And you say, oh, we're going to show you how to write your list and make it yourself. And then they hang up or stop calling you or ghost you or never talk. How many of you have had that happen?
Tina, now you got me excited. I don't even talk about this enough. This is a recruiting tool.
Oh, yeah.
It's your recruiting tool because people in the lead, these are people that raise their hand. I downplay the leads because I know how powerful habits are. They're way more important. But at the same time, people want to know, Tina, hey, what are you going to do to help me? I'm going to drop the leads directly into your app that are going to teach you. And you don't even have to say to teach you the skill. They're getting 25 qualified people that have raised their hand about an opportunity. Right now, look, I want to address the money thing too. I should have called you guys and said it was $30. No, look. Now, I want you guys to understand this. I get 5 emails a week about venture capital that wants to invest in Rapid Funnel and buy. And here's the thing I know. The minute you do that, we charge 50 or $100. And the minute we do that, we can no longer service the industry because people can't afford 50 or $100. I'm committed to this industry and helping part-timers build a business, right? And so because when you do VC or whatever, venture capital, right? Private equity, they want margin. They want to make more money. So the first thing they all do is say, well, you got to charge more. But they don't understand what the average person, for 27 years, I've been in this space and I know Tina and Kelly, they have a heart for the average person that's out there just trying to make a dollar, but don't pinch pennies. Don't step over dollars to pick up pennies here, okay? And I want to show you something. When you download the app, if you haven't done this, we are going to ask for a credit card. We're going to give you a 21-day free trial. You can literally click the More button. You can click Settings. You can click Account Settings. Sorry. Where is it? Oh, I'm on a demo app, so it won't show. Billing, and you can downgrade to a free version. Now, you're not going to get leads and some other features you won't get, but you still get a valuable version for free. Why do I mention that? I want you to know, like, we're not interested and Tina and Kelly aren't interested. I'm not interested in anybody's money that we're not creating value with. We're just trying to create overwhelming value to help you build a business. Okay. All right. So we'll stop there. Thank you guys for the comment. I mean, I get excited on, these are my favorite calls because this is where the rubber meets the road. And when you can take away people's excuses, the biggest problem in networking today is that people are confused. They go out in this digital world and they hear every Yahoo on YouTube saying, oh, you never have to talk to anybody again. That's not networking. And let me tell you, in the world of AI and digital today, there is so little authenticity. People are trying to say, oh, well, it's more authentic digital marketing. If you're not a human being that's willing to talk to a human being, that's not really authentic. Do you guys follow me? That's the power of networking. We can cut through all that. Yeah, Kelly.
I was going to say, I can prove your point easily. Raise your hand if you'd rather talk to a computer when you call anybody for anything. AT&T, Sprint, whatever your phone service. Would you rather just a human being answer the phone and say, hey, how can I help you? And you just say, oh, I need this or that, instead of going through the 50th prompt that's not the thing you need, right? Because it's a computer, doesn't know, it's AI, whatever. People, like you just said, people want that human element it more than ever before in the world right now. That's what they want.
Let me show you a couple other things here, right? I'm going to go down to the More button. And you see that button that says Ask Your Coach? Mm-hmm. That has a ton of information about your app, APL Go, how to follow up with people, how to prospect people more effectively. If I go in here and I say, what do I do after I send a pre-written text message to a prospect and they've said they are willing to have a conversation? Now, here's the crazy part. Not only will he give you the answer, but I can get with Kelly and Tina and we can load it with APL Go info. With Tina and Kelly's training, with content, we can product information, compensation information. So it is personalized to help you in a targeted way. If you go to a large language model, Grok or whatever else, and you try to ask a question like that, it doesn't have context. So you have to be very explicit. And then you don't know, who's answering that question. Is it some sleazy salesperson that has a lot of content in the web? Or is it somebody who's more authentic the way we approach people? You guys follow me? So the AI bot is in there, and Tina, Kelly, I'll get with you guys on that one. The resources, I want to remind you, if I go to opportunity and I go to peak interest, you guys have a lot of really good content that is built into the platform, including lead magnet pages that you can post directly to social. We have individuals now driving traffic to their lead magnet pages because they've been so effective. So if you're out in the field, it's your page. What is, I don't know which one off the cuff. Oh, I bet I can go to social here. Here's a social, a fat loss secrets page. Let me open this page up. Guys, this is your page. If you don't understand this page, the data only comes to you. If someone wants the secrets to shedding pounds naturally, their name, their phone number, their email, it all comes directly to you into your CRM, and you get notified that you have a new hot prospect. Your picture's there, your name, your phone number, your social feeds. This is all built in, and you guys have access to it. Your digital business card. I was on a flight today. I'm talking to a guy. We strike up a conversation. He's a developer, sharp young kid. He's a guy that I might want to recruit one day. I grab his info and I send him my digital business card. And it's all right there. Right now, obviously, again, I'm in a demo app, but this had all my information. You could spend $30 a month on Linktree and you've got a digital business card. And before long, we're going to let you have 2 or 3 different digital business cards so you can personalize it to different aspects, right? Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop there, see if there are any questions. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there, Tina, Kelly. Like anything else, and maybe any questions from anybody out there that is trying to wrap their mind around this.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around the new business coach I just got that I didn't even know I had. I'm kind of excited about it.
It's really awesome. We can program it with some really, really great stuff. Yeah.
I just sent my first message out to a text form, getting ready to set, asking for a call for tomorrow. So I'm so excited. This is awesome.
That's awesome. And guys, understand, again, people get a lot of text. This is a long play. Be patient. If you call Tina and Kelly and go, I sent 10 messages and nobody responded, it is a numbers game. Send an email, send a text. And if you do that and they don't respond, don't harass them, right? And I would also encourage you, the algos are not this smart with Sprint, AT&T, and T-Mobile, but do not send a link to a person first, because if there's not two-way communication, your domain will get blacklisted. Now, if you send 25 of these in 3 minutes, which you could do, there is a possibility the algorithms will get smarter and smarter. Now, we're going to get better and better. We're probably going to only release 5 leads a day instead of giving you 25, because if you do all 25 in a little bitty window, it is possible. And some of the service providers, because that is spam basically, right? Because your intention's not the same. You're just sitting there like, these are 25 qualified people. Do it with some positive intention. Like, do 5 a week, right? Or maybe you do a little 6 a week, so you get all your 25 in. But you see what I'm saying? Like, do it with a little more intention and sincerity. And there's a vibration in the universe, and it matters, the intention we do things with. Okay? But great job. Way to go. Who was that sent it already?
God. I have to butt in because I just sent the text to some guy, Keith, the first one on my thing, and I took out the word beauty products. And I have a call with the corporate directors tomorrow. We will fiddle with that.
Tighten it up. I know you guys will make it better. Yeah.
I took out beauty products. I added high-tech health product, and he just said, sure, you can send me more details. I mean, wow.
Hey, Tina,
not hard.
Send me that exact message and I'll send it to the team, and we'll change it to that, right? Because you know, these are the fine-tuning things that only you guys can do. Yeah.
I am floored.
That's awesome.
We do have a couple of questions. Tuesday and then Julia. Go ahead and unmute.
Okay. So whenever you say that if the lead's not contacted within the couple days or ever, and it goes away, it appears in our contacts too. So does it leave the contacts also, or just the lead area?
Tuesday, good, great question. So the lead is just in the lead bucket, and it does not go to your contacts until you've made an exposure, which, by the way, is the only way we can afford to do this. Because as shocking as this might be to you guys, 40% of the people probably aren't calling their leads, which is crazy to me. But the leads are expensive enough that if everybody called all of them, we couldn't actually afford to do this. But because not everybody does, so take advantage of that. Make sure you call all yours. But when you actually click the lead and send something, then it moves to your CRM. Don't worry about, even if we're refreshing them every day, all it means is the lead that you have each day is fresh. That's all. So that's not in place yet. It's coming very soon. But does that make sense? Did I answer your question?
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It moves over to your CRM, and it's your lead then. Right. It moves to your CRM once you've made that exposure.
Perfect. Yep. Thank you so much, honey.
You bet. I love being called honey. I'm from the South. Nobody calls me honey in Colorado.
Julia, and then John.
Hey, Patrick, I'm so excited about this. I can hardly believe it. Like, it's incredible. I'm so excited. So I just reached out to two questions. If I wanted to purchase more leads, can I? And second question is, what if they have a blocker? So I just got somebody who had a blocker, and what do I do in that case? Of course, I did
Email.
send the email as well. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, I
Just
did
send
that.
an email, and if there's some kind of blocker, then just send the email without all the other explanation that I texted you. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
And in
What if I
terms of
want to
your
buy
other
more?
question, that is the second most asked question outside of can I bypass the 21 days, which you cannot yet on monthly. You can on annual. So if you do annual, you automatically, but we are going to give you that access. But the second, outside of that question, the second most is can I get other leads? Yes, there are other lead quantities and quality that we can make available. It will take us another month and a half probably of development to give you options there, but yes, we're working on it. And also, Tina and Kelly, just as a side note, I mean, there's all kind of different leads. There's product leads, there's opportunity leads. And so if you guys come across incredible source of some kind, we've got the structure so we can move different types of leads. But I've been very happy with I was seriously concerned. Like, I thought we needed to do this. I actually ran into somebody that had been calling these leads for years. And I'm like, you're calling leads? Like, really? Does that even still exist? And the more I got, I mean, it just blew my mind. And then I started thinking more and more. I'm like, yeah, but most people don't call their list is the problem. They get this email of 100 leads they bought, and then they sit in their inbox, and then they become 50 days old. And then they think, well, I don't want to call them anyway. And then I'm thinking, well, man, if we could just drop the pre-written text right there and you could email them and you've got it right there. And we know we have all the tracking data. It just changes the entire game, right? Okay. Who else? I got about 7 more minutes.
We've got John and then Pamela and then Alice.
Yeah, is the version 11.5.3 is what I have. I guess I just to install, take off 4 is what we need, right?
Yep, 11.5.4, correct. Yep.
You just uninstall it and
there's lots of people do it different ways. I can't tell you for your phone, but that's one solution. Yes, that would work. And of course, when you go back in, all your data is still there. You don't lose anything. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, John.
Pamela?
First off, wow, this is like totally amazing, mind-blowing, like
Yay!
next level. So thank you. I did get my app figured out. I deleted it. I reinstalled it. I logged out. I logged in. I logged out. I logged in, and now everything's working great. My question, are the leads, can we see them on the desktop version, or is it just on the app?
Just once they're in your CRM, you would obviously then see them on the desktop version, but not until then. Correct. Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I did all 5 of my leads before you said go slower.
That's all right. I love a bias to action. Way to go, Alice.
Okay, but one of them came back non-deliverable.
Yeah.
Does the system well, it pulled it out of my leads and put a new one in?
No, that was because you completed the 5th one.
Okay.
And when you completed the 5th, we refilled the bucket.
Oh, okay. Because I only got one more after that. So, but the one that said non-deliverable kind of disappeared off of my.
It is very possible. They do need to keep up. And since we just turned your account on, that bucket of leads, it is possible. I'm just saying it's possible that we've run through all the leads that are available. You will end up with 25. Okay. Don't worry about that. It might take a few hours or a day, but those will all show up. Yep.
Okay. So, but should I go and try and find this one that was non-deliverable and see if I can email him?
I would. Yeah, it was just non-deliverable via text. You could email that person. Go to the. Because when you tried, I imagine they're in your CRM. So go to them in your CRM, go to send resources and email them. And then look, there can be, some people will fill out because they want what's behind the curtain. So they might give you a bad name or number. There's not going to be a ton of those, but You just accept that as part of the process. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You bet.
So I know you said you had to go, Patrick, but I do want to just say one more time. We were paying the same amount before you dropped the leads. I just want to encourage anybody hearing my voice right now that's on the team, like, I'm going to think there's something wrong with you. If you do not take advantage of this right now, tonight, you can look back at every single webinar I've done, and this is me quoting. If I'm misquoting myself, I don't think I've ever told anybody to buy anything, like ever. Like I encourage people to like look into things. Hey, you might want to investigate, but I'm telling you all tonight, you should definitely log in, pull your credit card out, buy the pro version. Let me give you a for instance, because I'm dealing with somebody right now that does leads for a living. He's very rich because they cost a lot, and he sells them between $1 and $1,250 per lead. Just so you know, like the average for our business is between $1 and $5 per lead. So I'm just saying, guys, like, if you want your business to flourish, imagine having 100 people on your team doing exactly what Patrick is talking about right now tonight. Your business is going to be unrecognizable, and so is your bank account within a short period of time, because all the action that's going to happen, and people are going to be turned on fire, actually doing it. And you're right. You know, anybody that buys leads, they sit in their desk for like months and they don't even call them. This is the best way I've ever seen any of this being done. So I'm super impressed, guys. Please get this for yourself. Not only are you going to have all the resources and the coach, I didn't even know we had that, and the leads. So it's like a no-brainer, just like everything else that we try to bring to the table that works. This is one time I'm going to tell you, man, I would definitely do this.
And you can click on the coaching section. I'll just leave you with this. There's a brand new coaching section. So Tina Kelly, we can have, you got it, coaching videos with audio only. We can add PDFs. So there's a lot we can do in that space. So constant improvement on the platform. And I love you guys, Tina Kelly. You're great leaders. You're fun to work with. And I'm excited for your whole team. We're going to see a jump in activity, which always precedes a jump in results.
Yes.
Well, and we're going to have you back soon, because that's not the only update and upgrade we're getting. We also have another free secrets page coming out all about the business. So you guys have seen the one about the PFT and the weight loss. We have another one that's coming out all about the business opportunity. So if 25 leads aren't enough for you, you could go out and get your own leads by posting these pages to get interest on having your own online franchise business.
Tina, that page, if any one of you went out to build that page, you would literally have to have, because the names will all drop into an email campaign. That email campaign will run for 2 years, like one email every 30 to 90 days from you, personal, touching base with them, right? And that page would cost you $5,000, because you'd have to pay for ClickFunnels. You'd have to hire a digital marketing person. They'd have to drop into an email campaign. You'd have to write the email campaign. You'd have to figure out how to get the code to come directly to you into your CRM and nobody else. Like, I could just go through all the steps that would need to happen, and it would literally cost any one of you a minimum of $2,500, probably closer to $5,000. And it's available in that pro version. Yeah. So I'll come back, Tina, when we get that thing ready to launch, and just excited for you guys. It's great. I'll let you finish up your call. It's great being with you. Of course, if you've got questions, if there's anything technical, and guys, just understand, like, sometimes we had multiple people call in and go, well, I have 0 leads, because they saw 0. It says 25. Now, maybe we need to make it a little clearer, but they never clicked the leads button to see that the leads were there. Right. So you'll get some questions, not that there won't ever be a bug, but I'm just saying, go to support. If there's a bug or there's an issue or you're having a challenge, click on support and let our support team get with you and help you solve that problem, or make sure you're on the right version, maybe log in, log back out, log out, log back in. But that's it, guys. I'll wrap it up there.
That was amazing.
So grateful
Thank
you
you
came
so
on.
much.
This has been like, what an awesome thing. We come back from being on vacation and, we get
I love it.
see all this cool stuff. I love it. So we're excited. I mean, again, thanks for just constantly giving, more of everything, without having to, making us pull our wallets out every time. So thank you. The value is just amazing.
Hey, I'll ask one favor, actually. I always forget this, and I really should do it. If you guys wouldn't mind, and is going to the App Store, and I never do this, and I always forget. And I know you guys are excited, is go to the App Store, go to Rapid Funnel, give us, hopefully give us 5 stars, and then give us a meaningful comment about why this has been helpful to your business. If you can be genuine about that, please go do that for us. I would certainly appreciate it.
100%.
Okay.
No problem at all.
Consider
Thanks,
Good night,
Patrick.
guys. Okay. Bye-bye.
Wow. I mean,
All right. Who's excited,
Wow.
Mike? Who's excited? This is pretty cool.
okay. Comments. Any comments from anyone who would like to share? Have you ever been in a company where they're like, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to start handing out free leads for no extra money. I'm like blown away by it. So any comments from some of the leaders who've maybe been in other companies or used an app, who used the app before?
So I'd like to make a comment. This is just amazing because, we go to events, we put our leads in, we do what we do with the videos and it helps. But oftentimes that percentages are so low of people that actually come in and buy the product afterwards. And the pre-screening for this is amazing. If we don't jump on it like Kelly says, what are we in this business for? We have to get this done tonight. Just like he said, it's so amazing and exciting.
I love
So
that.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to add to that. Thank you, Kathleen, for bringing that up. So many of us are doing events, right? And the events are going amazing for product. Because that's what we talk about at events. We have products, we share products, we sell products, we talk about everything about our amazing products. But when you can only talk to someone for 5 or 6 or 10 minutes at an event, how often do you get to bring up the business opportunity? Not very often, right? These are people that have not seen our product. They have no idea what we're selling or what. They are just open-minded because they're looking for a home-based business. And now it's our job to teach them why ours is the best one, right? So I'm just like, this is what Esther's been trying to teach us for 3 months now, is stop being so obsessed about our products because we can't help ourselves and start talking about the business.
I think that if everybody could just let go for a minute, because I think in the back of everybody's mind, they have that little bit of like, money's the root of all evil. When you went to church and the old pastor's like, hey, screaming that at you. But here's the thing. I think financial health is just as important as actual health, because you need both, really, to have your life be great. And because you could ask Steve Jobs if I'm wrong about that one, because he had all the money in the world and look, he ain't here anymore. I guarantee you he'd have given every bit of it to have one more day. And the reason I'm saying this is don't wait. Don't wait. AI is taking out people's jobs left and right. And I'll prove it to you. I don't even call a lawyer anymore. I just call my ChatGPT or AI lawyer. What do I need them for? There's a million lawyers in there. Do I need a medical question? I'll just ask the AI. Now I have a million doctors answering me, with a million different opinions. So I'm just saying there's a lot of jobs being threatened, meaning people are looking for something because they're concerned or they've already been edged out. Even the graphics guy I used to use, I don't use him anymore. Why would I pay him $150 every time he does something that I can have ChatGPT do for me in 5 seconds? Do you see what I'm saying? This is going now. The good news is this: we all agreed, everybody at the ANMP that we went to, the Association of Network Marketing Professionals, we all agreed that AI is not going to take our profession out. You know why? Because of this right here. Because of the face-to-face human element that is required to sell something, and it's always going to be there. And especially when it comes to money or health, where people are going to want to talk to a human being. They're not going to take a computer's word for it on their health. They want to look you in the eye, see, look at your facial expressions sometimes. And all the stuff that we're talking about, yes, it's going to help. Will AI help our business? Yes, it's definitely going to help our business. Maybe get rid of some of the mundane things, but we still got to do those mundane things. All right. Over and over and over. This is just going to help make it easier and a little simpler, but we still got to do the actions. Like Patrick said, you cannot rely just on this. Now, can you recruit some pretty big people out of this? Yeah, look around you. Who's the network marketer? There isn't a look, guys. It's all of us. We look like network marketers. All of us do. So we can't count anybody out, or I wouldn't, because it could be any one of us that's on those 25 leads that's just desperate, looking for anything that's going to make a difference on any different level. So once again, I just implore you to don't wait. Don't procrastinate. We're already in the almost 20 days in on October almost, or 10 days or 11 days till Halloween. And, then we got 2 months after that to really knock this year out. Have you accomplished everything you wanted to this year? Are you where you want to be? If the answer is no, then hey, let's get going. Because that's what Tina and I are going to do. We're back from vacation. We're going to hit the ground running tomorrow, and we're not going to stop until the end of the year. And maybe even at the end of the year, we're still going to keep going because we got more people to help, and so do you.
Well, think about it this way. Let's say you have 4 people on your team. Okay, not 1,000, just 4. If you have a team of 4 people that are really wanting to do this business, and they each contact 25 people per month, plus the 25 per month they should be contacting on their own, right? That's 200. Even if 25%, that's 50 new people. 50 new people that is going to be talking to you, 3-way calls, watching videos, hearing about our products, our company, right? All the things. How big is your business going to grow if that's your running total every month? Think about that. How fast is this going to go for you, right? But you got to do the work. Like Patrick said, they can put all the leads they want in your in your app, but you got to actually call them. And I like that he's only doing 5 at a time, because if you don't ever contact those 5, you won't get the 6th or the 7th or the 8th or the up to 25th, right? So every time. And this guy did not show up. So I messaged him first. It did not show up in my CRM, but when he messaged, the minute he sent me a text back and said, sure, send me info, then he popped up automatically in the CRM part. I didn't have to do anything. It was automatic. That was cool. So any last questions?
All right. I have a last thought. If there's no
one more.
Is that your
Kathleen?
previous hand?
No. I do have a question. So do you think it would be okay though if we put them in manually into our contact list, right? So
you can, but you don't need to.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah. Oh. And the last thing I'll say is this for the last thought is I just want you to think back, everyone, to the reason that you started to do this in the first place. And because you're hearing us, and I know that, just so you know, I'm just being human right now and telling you, we are hearing us saying, buy this, take more time to do this. You need to give more time to your business. And I'm not lying, you do. You should. But here's the good news is this: it's not like your job that you've been accustomed to or that you've been taught your whole life, because this actually does get easier the longer you do it. All right. The longer you do what you're doing right now, other than this, it gets harder because your body's going to break down. You're going to get tired.
You do this.
And you don't have 99% of people helping you, right? Because you're not 1%. You are the 100%. Right here, you're only 1%. And 1% of an entire cog that makes up 100%, but 1% is not a lot. But it's worth it to get to that 1% of anything, right? If it takes you a little bit of a setback to do that. As Jen Carey said, if you're not willing to have a setback in your life for about a year so that you can have a life of your dreams, then you care about what people think too much. And so to the last thought is, don't let the reason that you started this in the first place be the reason that you're not doing it right now. Meaning, if you're unhealthy and you started to do this to get healthy, then good, stick with it, right? You took your whole life to be unhealthy. Don't expect to be healthy in 5 days, right? You got to stick with it. It's not going to, if it took you 50 years to be unhealthy, it might take you a year to get back to healthy. FYI, right? If you're broke right now and you don't have any money, good, then you really need to do this. And you really need to pay for the Pro Series, because I don't ever want you to tell anybody you're broke ever again. So don't let the reason you did this be the reason you're not doing it right now. I know you're busy. I know you got kids. I know you got grandkids. I know your church and soccer, and now it's November, coming to Halloween in November and holidays, and you got to get ready for that, and all that stuff's happening. I get it. I'm right there with you. I love holidays. I like decorating, do all that stuff, but don't let the reason that you did this to begin with be the reason you're not doing it now. And then get better at being efficient and effective so that you can still do all those other things like you were doing already. Because here's what I know. When you become efficient and effective, you're actually going to have extra time and be able to do this business, because you're not going to be wasting your time watching TV programs that make you zero money.
Well, also remember, this is, I'm getting some texts from you guys and I'm checking it all out. So the first thing you need to do, if you don't see the leads, is log out, log back in. Okay, when you see the button at the top, press it. That's where the leads are. Okay, they're not there unless you press the button. The second thing is make sure that your billing is correct and that you have been billed in the last 30 days. Because if you can't, it means your account is not a pro account, and that's probably why the leads aren't there. So check those things first. I actually had to uninstall mine and then reinstall it. Now it's great. So those are a few things. And when you uninstall it and it says that you're going to lose all your data, that's not true. You will not lose your data because it's automatic. So it's in there no matter what. So those are the tips. And there is also a help button. If you guys don't know, if you go to more, and okay, so the more button down at the bottom right, and then you click on settings, there's a help button right here. Okay, so you can get help from them in real time. Okay, so if none of those things work, then contact us and we'll help you figure it all out. All right. Okay. We're going to let you guys go, but we're going to play around with this. Just remember, it's a new program. If it's glitchy, if it's not working exactly correct, if you have 4 leads instead of 5, whatever it is, just let us know. We'll handle it and we'll get it all shored up in the next few weeks. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.